Okay, on we go. Let's start with Kansas City and Cincinnati. This is going to be something at Arrowhead Stadium. I'm going to use two words to describe what I think is going to happen on Sunday. Star Wars. I got to believe this is going to be a throwing contest between Joe Cool and Patrick Mahomes. Joe Burrow's red hot. Mahomes appears healthy. He's practiced each day this week and on the field has shown no signs, no limp at all coming off the high ankle sprain. I think, John, the big issue here is going to be, will Kansas City be a pocket passing offense? Because they don't want Mahomes moving side to side, scrambling, running, and risk getting hurt again. And if it is a pocket passing offense, does that mean Kansas City loses some of the chunk plays they would have down the field when Mahomes would create while he was on the run, on the rollout by design or by escapability? That's a storyline to keep an eye on. In terms of Joe Burrow, all bullets in the gun. 3 wide receivers. The tight end has now evolved the second half of the season into the offense. Hayden Hurst to complement what they're getting from Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and from the third receiver, Taj Boyd. Joe Mixon had an odd, good game, 105-yard game last weekend. So the Bengals are hitting on all cylinders. So there are questions now about what you do to stop the other guy. Cincinnati, if they believe that Mahomes has to be stationary, John, do they blitz him? Do they try to get in his face? Do they try to bust his rhythm because he can't break containment? They don't want him running. So does Cincinnati do that? Does Cincinnati double Travis Kelce and just challenge Kansas City? We're taking the tight end out of your offense. If you think you can beat us with Juju Schuster-Smith and Marquez Scantling, good luck to you. Does that happen? The flip side, Chris Jones has just become a monster. Second half of the season, the Chiefs' Pro Bowl defensive tackle is also doing it at defensive end. And now you got him and you got Frank Clark on both ends. Are they going to disrupt Joe Burrow's rhythm? Because these guys have penetrated in each of the playoff games Kansas City has played. They've made a difference. I think the other piece of the equation, does Kansas City do defensively to the 3 backup linemen in Cincinnati that Buffalo didn't do last week, which was send people, scrape them, jump gaps, do twists, confuse these backup street free agents that have to start because of the injuries in the Cincinnati offensive line. So there's a lot of chess pieces that we're going to have to watch and see how they move on the board and on the field on Sunday. I think it's going to be a fabulous game. Joe Burrow is 5-1 in the playoffs in his young career. How cool is that, Joe Cool? And Patrick Mahomes is 0-3 against the Bengals in his career. Mahomes is 79-13. 3 of the losses have been to Cincinnati, which is kind of a strange statistic. I think it's going to be a fun game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be terrific. I mean, all those years you were broadcasting for the Chargers, you would go into Kansas City, into Arrowhead. I mean, that's a tough place to play on the road.
It is an insane asylum. The noise level is through the roof. Obviously, Burrow now has all this experience. And by the way, Cincinnati did win there a year ago. So I don't think they're intimidated by the crowd noise, but it's a festive affair before the game. It's like a war zone during the game. I think these two teams are carbon copies of each other. They've both got vibrant offenses, and they win on mismatches. And you got Zach Taylor, who's evolved into a pretty good head coach, and you got Andy Reid, who's the mastermind of X's and O's. I just think it's going to be a dazzling game. I'm not going to put you on the spot, but who's going to win?
Yeah, Bengals. The Bengals are going to roll into Kansas City and knock them off.
Okay, you'll be buying me breakfast at Einstein's Bagels because I think I'm going to go with Kansas City with a fairly healthy Mahomes. I just think there's way too many weapons, and you got Andy Reid, which I think is a key factor here. Okay.